Hello everyone, welcome to mvpvishwakosha. Today we are discussing 14 October 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about recent IUCN World Heritage Outlook. Okay, recently the IUCN World Heritage Outlook is a periodic global assessment of conservation status of natural and mixed UNESCO World Heritage sites produced by IUCN via its World Heritage Program and the World Commission on Protected Areas. It was first launched in 2014 and its edition appeared in 2017, 20 and now 2025. So the purpose is to provide a diagnostic tool, evaluate how well sites are doing and what pressures they face and its gaps in management, and also help guide conservation and policy response. It uses a framework called Conservation Outlook Assessment, which rates each site on categories like good with some concern, significant concern, etc. Okay, and also important that is IUCN World Heritage Outlook because of that environment and ecological topic, and also the percentage in that overall outlook trend, and also leading threat to climate change and other growing threat, and also region India, that is specific concern that Sundarbans National Park has shifted from good with some concern to significant concern due to salinity intrusion and sea level rise and also heavy metal contamination, and also some shift in threat ranking and management governance funding gaps. All that perspective, it is very important. That is about recent, that is IUCN outlook. Okay, that is in perspective of environment and biodiversity. Next news, that is about exercise Astra Hind 2025. That is a Astra Hind means it is a bilateral joint military exercise between India and Australia. The 2025 edition is the fourth in the series, and also it will schedule from 13th October to 26th October 2025 at Irvine Barracks, Perth, Australia. And also India is sending about 120 personnel led by a battalion of Gorkha Rifles along with other arms and services. Main objective of this exercise is to enhance interoperability, company level operations in diverse terrain, and also joint planning, tactical drills, spatial arms skills, and also strengthening defense cooperation, mutual trust, and strategic ties. Okay, very important that strategically Indo-Pacific and strategic alignment and translation of policy to practice and defense diplomacy, force readiness and modernization. All that perspective, it is important. That is about Astra in the 2025 joint India and Australia exercise. Next news, that is about recent that 5 Maharashtra beaches have been awarded international blue flag certification. The government of Maharashtra announced that 5 beaches in the state have been awarded the international blue flag certification. The beaches are Srivardhan, Raigad, Nagaon, that is also near Raigad, and Peranaka, okay, and Guhagar, Ratnagiri, and Ladgar is also in Ratnagiri. These are 5 beaches, and also the blue flag certification is granted by Foundation for Environmental Education, that is Denmark, and also the certification is based on 33 criteria which cover aspects of environmental education and information, water quality, safety and service, environmental management, accessibility for all, including differently abled person. So the very important that blue flag certification means before divining into implication, it is crucial to understand that scheme, because that blue flag is globally recognized eco-label voluntary award for beaches, marines and sustainable tourism boats that meet stringent environment, safety and education and accessibility standards. To qualify, a beach must comply with all essential criteria. Okay. So that is about recent news, that is 5 beaches from Maharashtra that got named blue flag beaches. Next news, that is about recent news, that is Indian wolf and its evaluation by IUCN Canis genus reclassification. For the first time, that Indian wolf traditionally considered Canis, that is Lupus pallips, has been evaluated independently by the IUCN red list of threatened species rather than simply submerged under Canis lumpus. Okay, the grey look, and also In this evaluation, the Indian wolf is placed in the vulnerable category with an estimated population of 2,877 to 3,310 mature individuals in the wild. Also, the assessment suggests that the Indian wolf may be considered a distinct species with the Canis genus and not just a subspecies of the grey wolf, but a separate taxonomic unit. Okay, only about 12.4% of its total distribution is estimated to lie within formally protected areas, and also they remain alive outside reserves, making it more exposed to anthropogenic threats. Major threats flagged include habitat loss, human prescription conflict, disease, hybridization with the domestic feral dogs, and also decline in prey base. That's why it is very important that species versus subspecies. Also, genetic distinctiveness and implication for Canis genus and red list and IUCN assessment protocol. That is important that IUCN red list and all. And also there are low proportion within protected areas and habitat fragmentation, human wildlife conflict, hybridization with dogs, disease risk, prey depletion, all that perspective it is important. Okay, so that is about Canis calypso, that Indian wolf for the first time independently by IUCN placed in vulnerable category. Next news that is about Kenton R. Miller Award. Dr. Sonali Ghosh, Field Director of Kaziranga National Park and Tiger Reserve, Assam, has been honored with the WCP Kenton R. Miller Award by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. She is the first Indian to receive this award. The award is conferred by IUCN World Commission on Protected Areas and recognize innovative contribution to the long-term sustainability of national parks and protected areas worldwide. It is named after Dr. Kenton R. Miller, a noted conservationist and former Director General with the IUCN, known for his contribution to protected area management. The recognition was given at the IUCN World Conservation Congress in Abu Dhabi, during which global conservation priorities are deliberated. The award highlights several aspects of Dr. Ghosh's work, strengthening park management, engaging local community in conservation, promoting ecotourism that balances ecological and livelihoods needs, and protecting Assam biodiversity, that is Kaziranga, Manas, Orang, etc. Okay, and also symbolic, it is important that symbolic and motivational value, encouraging innovation, sustainability in protected area, all that perspective, that Kenton R. Miller Award, that recipient Dr. Sonali Ghosh, important for exam perspective. Next news that is about recent that is incident involving a Chinese ship and a Philippine vessel near uh, uh, Thituisland. Okay, so in that maritime incident occurred near Thituisland. Okay, it is in that Spratly archipelago, the disputed South China Sea. The Philippine Coast Guard fisheries vessel, including BRP-2 Pabayo, were anchored off Thitu to support Filipino fishermen. Okay. So that time the Philippine sideline alleges that a Chinese Coast Guard ship fired water cannons at their vessel and then ramped the stern of Philippine ship, causing minor structural damage. No injuries were reported. China's side gave a counter narrative. It claimed that Philippine vessel had illegally entered water near Sandy Cay. Okay, and also accused them of dangerous maneuvers leading to that collision. Both sides traded blame, and also Philippines called China's action bullying, while China called the Philippines' presence incursion. And also the incident is said to contest ongoing maritime dispute in the South China Sea, overlapping sovereignty maritime claims. And that is important that Titu Island. Titu is one of the Iceland features in Spratly archipelago, which is claimed by multiple parties. The Philippines may maintain a presence on its military facility and claims as part of its territory. China also claims sovereignty over much of the South China Sea via the nine-dashed line. So that is important. Okay, that is about recent issue between China and Philippines. Next news that is about recent that escalation between Pakistan and Afghanistan issues around the Durand line. So in that where the clashes broke out along Pakistan-Afghanistan border along the Durand line. Both sides accused each other on firing first and inflicting casualties. Okay, all that Pakistan claimed 23 of its soldiers were killed and asserted that it killed over 200 Taliban militant fighters. The Taliban Afghan side claims they killed 58 Pakistan soldiers in retaliation for what they said were Pakistan violation of Afghan territory in our airspace. So border crossing, all that perspective is important. That Durand line, okay, that is Durand line is a border demarcation line drawn in 1893 between British India and Afghan Empire, designed by Sir Mortimer Durand. After 1947, Pakistan inherited this line as an western frontier. However, Afghanistan has historically refused to recognize it fully as international boundary, and also that many Pashtun and tribal regions lie shading this border. Also, security zone that militants like TTP have been accused of moving across the border. uh, Important that sovereignty and border control, state legitimacy, and militancy, counter-terrorism, and trade connectivity, humanitarian cost, power politics, and external actors. All that perspective, it is important. Okay? So that is about Durand line and uh, Pakistan and Afghanistan issue. Next news, there is about virtual museum of stolen cultural object by UNESCO. That is Mondial 2025. UNESCO has inaugurated the world's first virtual museum of stolen cultural objects at Mondial 2025 World Conference on Cultural Policy and Sustainable Development held in Barcelona. In that, the initiative aims to memorialize, display, and raise awareness of cultural artifacts and objects that have been looted, stolen, and illegally trafficked objects whose physical whereabouts are unknown and inaccessible. In its initial phase, the museum features more than 240 objects from various regions rendered in 3D or virtual form, and also the platform is supported by Saudi Arabia through Saudi Fund at UNESCO. And also the design was done by architect Debedo Francis and also the museum is structured to include multiple rooms or segment, stolen object gallery and auditorium for narratives, return restitution room. The museum also uses generative AI digital techniques. Very important that restoring visibility, memory of lost heritage, awareness and education tool, advocacy and deterrence catalyst, linking culture and technology, all that perspective, it is very, very important. So that is about UNESCO's launch the world first virtual museum of stolen cultural object at Mondial Cult 2025 in Barcelona. Next news, that is about recent Delhi declaration on 6G at the International Bharat 6G Symposium 2025 held during India Mobile Congress 2025. The Bharat 6G Alliance, in that an Indian government backed multi-stakeholder and 9 global organization alliance signed that Delhi declaration endorsing a set of guiding principles for the 6G ecosystem. The declaration commit that future 6G system should be secure, open, resilient, inclusive, and sustainable by design. And also, member signatory include that is beside Bharat 6G Global Research and Industry Alliance such as Next Generation Alliance, 6G Smart Network Service Industry Association, 6G Forum, 6G Brazil, UK, India Future Network Initiative, UK Telecommunication Innovation Network. Okay. And also important that declaration outlines ambitious such as end-to-end global coverage and open interface, multi-vendor interoperability. And also it also affirms respect for intellectual property rights and also international collaboration on R&D. According to that 6G Industrial Association website, New Delhi Declaration joint statement, very important. That is security and trustworthiness, openness, interoperability, resilience, inclusive digital equity, sustainability, green, that is design, global coverage and integration. All that perspective it is important. So that is about Delhi Declaration on 6G, also called as New Delhi Declaration at International Bharat 6G Symposium 2025, that during Indian Mobile Congress 2025 in New Delhi. Next point, that is about Indian Finance Minister has granted approval, that is clearance to Maitri 2, that is new research station in Eastern Antarctica. Important reports emerged that Indian Finance Minister had given principal approval for the Maitri 2, the proposal new Indian research station in Eastern Antarctica. This new station Maitri 2 is intended to replace the aging existing Maitri station built in 1988, which is considered outdated and structural functional limitation. The plan for Maitri 2 to be operational by January 2029, and also main feature is that large scale capacity able to host about 90 scientists, green sustainable design, use of renewable energy, solar in summer, wind in winters, and also advanced possibly automated instrumentation to monitor transmit data even during unmanned periods, and also infrastructure upgrades including improved living waste management, etc. And also our nodal agency, that is National Center for Polar and Ocean Research under the Ministry of Earth Science, and also the location in Eastern Antarctica near the current Maitri station. Important that reinforcing India's presence in Antarctica, scientific leadership, soft power and data surveillance, environmental compliance and leadership. All that perspective it is important. So that's about recent that Maitri 2 also. India's new research station approved in principle by Finance Minister. Replacement of old Maitri station built in 1988. Okay, that's about 14 October 2025 current affairs. Thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPSC and all competitive exams. Thank you.